What do you think is the difference between a game and a sport? I think a game becomes a sport when the individual way that you play within the rules is an obvious personal expression. So earlier when I talked about the individual batting stance of a baseball player, it goes from being a game to a sport when I can tell how Ted Williams plays the game versus somebody else. And you know how that works in our business is, I think it was 1995 or 1996. They had an EA Sports convention, and you know, I get to be elder statesman. That's really my real job. I gave about a 60-minute conversation of why I thought that Quake was a sport. And fundamentally, the reason I came down to at the end of the day was I showed them a piece of video that had Kill Creek and can't remember the other player's name at the time, but he was really one of the very best players there was. And they were playing with their obvious skins, and they played about a 2-minute thing. It was just, you know, if you saw people who were great at Quake, it was like watching athletics. It was, you know, what people could do was amazing. And then they had, to accommodate somebody, proven that I think Kill Creek wanted to show she could play on a keyboard, not just on her funky controller. And so they traded skins. And you could, in 5 frames, tell who was who, in spite of the fact they were wearing the other skin. The fact that that was true meant that their individual expressions as a player were obvious to you, even if you couldn't perceive or express how they were different. Once that is true, you have gone from being a game to a sport.